With Ready, Go, Reflect, what you're able to do is you're able to help your students know exactly what they're to do before they get started with the task. So, first, students are going to need the materials. So, here I let my students know that they can find this assignment in Google Classroom, and then they're going to use Kami. And within Kami, they're going to use these two tools. This is the template that my students should find in that Google Classroom. You could even add the title right here so students know exactly what to search for in that Google Classroom. One thing that I also love about Kami is that I can use feature controls. So when I assign this in my Google Classroom, I can come in and I can go to a Kami assignment. So classwork, create, Kami assignment. When I go to create my Kami assignment, I'm able to pull this activity from my Google Drive. Or for this activity, I went straight to the Kami library. And within this, I search for monster, and this is the template my students are going to use. And what I can then do is I can use feature controls. And with feature controls, I can turn everything off but that select tool, and I left open the comment tool. So again, that's the only two tools that is going to show up for my students in their class. I'm going to hit OK. Then I can go ahead and title this. They're going to create a story about their monster, and then I can assign it. And then we're ready for the next step. Students will then go into that Google Classroom, design their monster, and then they're going to tell a story about it. If you have younger students, they could use the read aloud features to have this be read aloud. But I can also come in and record my voice, and I can give these directions so my students can come in and listen. Step 1, design your monster. You're going to go to your template and use the select tool, which is the arrow. And once you have that select tool, you are going to move around the icons that you want in order to create your scary, funny, or exciting monster. Can't wait to see your designs. Now we're ready for step 2. So again, I can record my voice, I could record a screen capture, whatever I need. So my students could use the read aloud, but you can tell that I didn't just say design your monster. I added additional paraphrasing and notes about what I kind of expected, and I kind of hyped up my students. Tell a story about your monster. You can use text, audio, or video to explain your story. If you look over where it says the done column, this is kind of that success criteria. So make sure you're aiming for that number 3. Number 3 is where you have decorated your monster and your story is longer than 3 sentences. Okay, so again, you're aiming for that number 3. So when you're done, I really want you to kind of look and say, okay, did I just decorate? That would be a number 1. Number 2 is, did I just do like 2 or less sentences and decorated? Or number 3, did you decorate and did you tell your story with 3 or more sentences? So think about that before you kind of finish and turn this in. And then we're ready for that done step. So once my students come in, they do that activity within their Google Classroom and they design their monster. What's going to happen is students are going to then rate. So they're going to come over here and they are going to choose based on this comment feature. Just because they only have the select and comments due to feature controls, you could turn on more tools so that they can circle or add a sticker, however you want to do it. But for me, I'm going to have them grab one of these tools. And what they're going to do is I'm going to leave a voice note so they know the directions. Hey class, for the done, what I want you to do is I want you to look at your finished product. Where do you think you scored? You're going to come in and you are going to leave a video or audio note explaining where you rate yourself when it comes to your finished product. If it's below a 3, I really want you to go back, re-listen to your audio note and think, how can I make it longer, or how can I decorate it a little bit more? Students will then come over, grab their tool of choice, and then they're going to explain why they scored themselves that way. I gave myself a 3 because I decorated my monster so that it looks like this. I then told a 5-sentence story about my monster. So I think it deserves a 3. Okay, so again, students can come in, they're starting to build metacognition. The directions are really easy to understand, so they know exactly what they need to do in order to be successful.